The single arm drill is really your NAD, which was described in the previous clip, plus one arm. So obviously, if you can swim the NAD, you can probably swim the single arm drill. There are three variations of the single arm drill. The first variation was covered in section 1. It is the beginner's one. This section will cover the two others variations.
The single arm drill is a universal drill. It is very well known and therefore practiced all around the world by swimmers of various levels. This version here, with the other arm on the side, is generally preferred by higher level swimmers, although it remains well accessible to beginners given that they persist to it. The approach proposed in this clip features an important aspect of the freestyle stroke, that is, the inside-out swimming. What we mean here is that the body rotation becomes the main driver for stabilizing the swim forward momentum. We are covering the inside portion of the freestyle stroke with our works on the no arm drill, where propulsion is mainly provided by the core. The single arm drill then can be seen as no more, no less than the no arm drill to which an arm is being added. Breathing can and should be done on both sides, just like it's the case with the no arm drill. What we mean here is that when practicing with the right arm, breathing could be done on the same side, in this case the right side, and on the left side as well. It could be easier to first learn the drill breathing on the same side. This way will benefit the beginners and intermediate swimmers, as they will be forced to learn to rotate their body and head to inhale, with no support from the opposite arm. Once you get breathing on the same side done, then it's time to learn breathing on the opposite side. In fact, this is the way that the single arm drill is most often documented. In this form, it is often referred to as being UNCO, or uncoordinated drill. UNCO is very popular in Europe and Australia. Swim Smooth, the excellent swim company, qualifies UNCO as being the king of drills. For more information on Swim Smooth's approach to UNCO, we warmly recommend their excellent Catch Masterclass DVD. Note that Swim Smooth heavily recommends working on UNCO wearing fins, an approach that they seem to be very successful with. The benefit of working on the drill this way is that it now targets a more critical portion of the propulsion, that is, stroking efficiency of the arm opposite to the breathing side. In other words, UNCO will teach you how to be efficient while breathing. Everything that was said about the NAD, or no arm drill, remains true for the single arm drill. Even the gentle sculling action of the non-stroking arm can and should probably remain. This can make the difference between being able and not being able to perform the drill for those who have very little propulsion from their leg kick. For more information on this sculling aspect, simply refer to both clips on sweet rotation and no arm drill. The timing of the arm in relation to the body rotation is quite simple. On the downward action, the hand that just entered the water will stretch forward while going down in the same time. Catch is taken at the end of this process. When the body goes back up, it is mandatory that the hand begins its active pulling phase. The upward phase of the body rotation is by far the most powerful phase. It is therefore important to exploit this. If the body goes back up and the hand hasn't catched the water yet, then you probably end up with a dropped elbow. It is also obvious that in order to maximize propulsion, the swimmer will naturally adopt a high elbow position while catching the water, which makes the single arm drill a perfect drill to learn this aspect. The single arm drill is best done with a 6-beat flutter kick action, although it's possible to perform it with either a 2-beat kick or even with a pull buoy. The unilateral breathing aspect of this drill makes it perfect to use in conjunction with a 4-beat kicking pattern as well. One of the key elements of the single arm drill is that since the body rotation must be the same as if you were swimming the full stroke, the shoulder of the non-stroking side should normally pop outside the water and even travel forward before sinking back into the water. In fact, the distance traveled by the non-working shoulder can be seen as a fair indicator of the distance traveled per stroke. There are no side effects to the single arm drill. That means that you can and should probably perform a lot of volume at it. At Swim Training Day, we believe that there are no exaggerated distance that you could perform using a single arm. For instance, doing 2 kilometers in a single session, 1 kilo for each arm, would not be exaggerated.